We do also know that what we do, we become, that our future selves is grounded in what we do every day of our lives, in the mundane stuff. That's where we get the meaning in the mundane, because what we're doing today, we'll probably do tomorrow, we'll probably do the next day, and we're becoming more and more of something. Welcome to the 7-Day Soul TV and the A Tweak a Week podcast. If you are someone who wants to reach your full potential, who feels like you have more to give, who doesn't want to let your short time here slip through your fingers, then you finally found your tribe. I'm your host, psychologist and author Susanna Healy, and on this show, we'll be talking with expert researchers about all things psyche and soul so that you can achieve your full potential and live a life without regrets. To reach the better angels of our nature, we know the devil's in the detail of what we do repeatedly. So we'll be talking habits, existential health, bucket lists, meaning, mattering, sleep, self-actualization, responsibility, discipline, faith, procrastination, gratitude, goal setting, sex, focus, careers, and loads more. Let's inject the everyday with a passion for your potential. But before we start, just a reminder, if you like the show, then don't forget to subscribe. You can also get your free 100 tips for daily progress by visiting the 7daysoul.com homepage. Or if your workplace is all about human potential and you'd like to sponsor the show, then reach out to join us. Details are in the show notes. Hello and welcome to each and every one of you. My name is Susanna Healy and I'm delighted to welcome you here today to the very first episode of the A Tweak a Week podcast and 7-Day Soul TV, which some of you may have watched on social media before. As I say, I'm Susanna, I'm a psychologist and I'm an author, and I'm passionate about our potential. So what we're going to be doing today is giving growth to your potential, giving voice and power to your potential so that we each become what we can become, what's sometimes called by the philosophers, the great psychologists, individuation or self-actualization. And that's what we are all about here. We're going to be very research-led. We're going to be talking, some of the episodes will be from myself and from my own research, but we'll be talking a lot with the experts in the fields of motivation and psychological sciences, some from philosophy, but really the people at the cutting edge, in the know, at the top of their game, and all about their new findings that can help each and every one of us to manage to grow into ourselves, to become the very best versions of ourselves that we possibly can be. That's what this space is all about. As a psychologist, I'm obviously passionate about mental health, and part of that picture is spirituality. Now, I'm also an author, as I mentioned. You see some of my books here, Fabulous Jelly and The 7-Day Soul, Finding Meaning Beneath the Noise, and it's the foreign translations. But what I'm talking about here, I promise you there'll be no woo, I'll be no woo-soo, but we're talking about in terms of spirituality, don't let it turn you off if it's not your thing. But what we do know is that from the research is that spirituality and some kind of existential health, some kind of existential picture of ourselves and how we relate to something greater than ourselves is really, really important for happiness and for mental health as well. And it's something that we've kind of lost and we've kind of thrown the baby out with the bathwater, haven't we? So what we'll be doing is to kind of like reignite that, just to have discussions. You may agree with some, you may not agree with others, but it's so important to keep it in the ether so that we begin to know how and what we want to choose in terms of our own spirituality and to keep it alive. Because as I say, the research says it's really, really good for us and our happiness. So important stuff there. So mental health and spiritual health is what we're all going to be about. We do also know that what we do, we become, that our future selves is grounded in what we do every day of our lives, in the mundane stuff. That's where we get the meaning in the mundane, because what we're doing today, we'll probably do tomorrow, we'll probably do the next day, and we're becoming more and more of something. Frightening thought, isn't it? We're always becoming more and more something. So what we're going to be doing in this podcast is to actually learn how to spend our precious 10,080 minutes of each week so that we really just choose to actually kind of like train it in one way, as if kind of like we're kind of growing a plant and we're going to train it in a particular direction. We're going to train ourselves towards something that we would really like to focus on. So we'll be asking each of our speakers, each of our guests each week for one recommendation of a tweak a week that we can work on, that we can really kind of get to grips with. Some of them will be more kind of like appealing to you, or some will less so. So you just keep going on whatever tweaks that you'd like to make in your life. But it makes life precious. That's what we're aiming for. Our precious lives, our precious 10,080 minutes in the week, to spend them well, to fail forwards. And I have to say, starting episode 1, it took me a while. I can tell you, I was going to launch in February, then I was going to launch in March, and then it was April. And then I kind of wrote oh yeah, launching in April on my tagline and my sign-offs. And then it was like, changed it to May, So before the end of May is out, here I am launching, or at least recording and starting the process. So listen, we've all got to fail forward. We've all got to fall forward. It's the only way we can progress, to stop fearing failure, to stop fearing whatever it might be, and to get going on our dreams. That's what this space is about. A lot of the time we kind of tend to slag it off, or, that self-improvement stuff. I love it. I love it. I think it's fantastic. That's what we're here for. So if that's your thing, if that's your space, if you want to learn from the experts, if you want to kind of get these tweaks, these kind of into your inbox, into your mind every week, that's inspirational, motivational, then this is the place for you, so that we kind of better up the better angels of our nature. We wake them up and we inject the ordinary aspect of our lives with something really extraordinary. So whether you're watching on 7 Day Soul TV on video, or YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts, whether you're listening while you're kind of still out walking or running, get those knees up, keep going, well done. I'll always explain to you, you don't have to be watching online, you don't have to be watching the video. If there's something that's visual, I'll explain it to you. So feel free to just keep on going with whatever you're working on at the moment. So I welcome you here. I'm delighted to have you here. Do give me your comments, give me your thumbs up. If you like it, please give us a review, and come back for more. Subscribe to wherever you get follow us wherever you get your podcasts. Let me know what you'd like to hear about. What topics would you like to hear about? Because we'll be talking about some of the basic mental health topics like anxiety, motivation, resilience, parenting, loneliness, managing loneliness, all sorts of different topics about our personal spirituality, on various different matters, lots and lots of different matters. There's so much good stuff out there that I'm going to bring to you. So, it'll be something that whether you're walking, whether you're cooking, whether you're walking the dog, whatever it might be, that you'll be able to be really nourishing yourself, getting yourself excited about your potential. And that's the space that this is. So if that's your thing, please do come back, join us, follow us, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully we'll see you soon. And do let me know what you want to hear about. Until the next time, which will be next week, look after yourselves and each other. Take care. Bye-bye.